Hare Krishna. So maybe I will discuss some things and I will record, maybe it will be useful. So start with prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Om
Namo
Namo
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswati vyasam tato jayamudiraye nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naistiki krishnaya vasudevaya devaki nandanaya cha nanda kumaraya govindaya namo namaha ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणि निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणि। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्ण
Krishna Krishna
हरे
Hare Hare
हरे
Hare
राम
Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama
हरे
Hare
राम हरे राम राम
Hare
राम हरे 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 कृष्णा
Hare Krishna Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna Hare Hare
हरे
Hare
राम हरे
Rama Rama Hare Hare
हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Sorry, actually we had some
Yeah,
Prabhuji and Mataji in our house, so
yeah,
got a little delayed.
yeah.
Sorry about that, Prabhu.
We'll continue our discussion.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So, like we are discussing third canto, the 12th chapter, where Brahmaji's creation has started. So, the further, uh, like we have covered most of it, we'll continue this and continue with the next chapter. So, Brahmaji, when he started created, he first created the 5 Ajnana Vrittis, and then he created 4 Kumaras, whom they disobeyed the order to produce further progeny. So he developed little bit anger. Through that anger, Rudra was born. And Rudra, he asked to produce further progeny, but Rudra also producing further personalities who are like kind of disturbing the creation. So he asked Rudra to perform tapasya right now. So Rudra went to perform tapasya. So then he produced 10 sons from his body, and different personalities they have appeared, the great personalities that we hear. And then there is this walk episode that we have discussed, where Brahmaji got attracted to walk, and then finally he became aware of his condition and he gave up that mentality. So after that, how he like the different things that he created that were mentioned. There are like various uh, various different things have manifested from the 4 of his mouths. So those are being described here. So first there are 4 Vedas that are mentioned. So those appeared from the 4 mouths of Brahmaji. So that means this implies that 4 Vedas are said to be very pure. So these appeared from the mouth of Brahmaji. That means, although Brahmaji previous episode was described that he got attracted to God, but still his purity as a person that is shown from this appearance of 4 Vedas from Brahmaji. And then along with the 4 Vedas, there are Chaturhotram, that is called to perform Vedas, to perform sacrifices. We require like 4 kinds of personalities called as Hota, Udgata, Advaryu, and Brahma. They perform different activities. So those have appeared. And there are also 4 types of Dharma that also appeared, which are called as Satya, Sacha, Satyam, Shaucham, Tapas, Satyam. These are like 4 dharmas. So those have appeared. And along with the dharma, they the Panchama Veda called as Itihasa and Puranas, they also have appeared. So here, very important to understand that the Puranas and Itihasas, they are called as Panchama Veda. So that means they are as equivalently important as Vedas, and they are also eternal. So that means Puranas are also like Panchama Veda. When we say Panchama Veda, like 4 Vedas are there, and when we are classifying as Panchama Veda, that means these are also in the same category as Veda. So therefore, Puranas and Itihasas also carry same importance as Vedas. And moreover, in Kali Yuga, in fact, Puranas and Itihasas, they will carry more importance than the Vedas, because Vedas are very, very difficult to follow, or very difficult to implement the sacrifices and other things. So therefore, Puranas and Itihasas will be more important in Kali Yuga. And out of all Puranas, the Bhagavata Purana is most important because it was written by Vyasadeva when he was in his final culmination of his spiritual life. So that also we can understand from this. And then there are Upapura, like other Vedas, like Ayurveda, Dhanurveda, Gandharva Veda, and the Stapatya Veda, architecture. So all these came from different mouths of Brahmaji. So these are all the different sciences we can see, Upavedas we can say. So these are all used in different activities for the human beings, like Ayurveda medicine for treating diseases, architecture, Stapatya for constructions, and musical science and military science, Dhanurveda. So these are all Vedic sciences that also have like Brahmaji only created them. So they are all eternal. They have all appeared. And there are different types of sacrifices that are created from Brahmaji's mouth. But in Kali Yuga, we cannot perform all those sacrifices. So therefore, the best sacrifice for Kali Yuga is to chant the holy name of the Lord, Hare Krishna mantra. So that we, even the Bhagavatam only, later on it says that in Kali Yuga, at the end, the great dharma is to chant the holy name. That is the greatest sacrifice. So that also you understand. And then the different types of dharmas for different ashramas, those are also created by Brahmaji. Like for brahmacharya, there are like 4 types of brahmacharya, like Savitra, Prajapatya, Brahmana, and Bruhat, like that. Like people may take the vow of brahmacharya for 3 nights, that is Savitra. Like for a year, that is Prajapatya. Brahmana, that is like till the time of learning scriptures, or Bruhat, like for the lifetime. So like that 4 varieties of brahmacharya are there. And there are 4 occupations for human householder beings. Those are also mentioned, and 4 occupations for vanaprasthas and 4 types of sannyasis. Those are all appeared from Brahmaji, and different letters, different types of mantras have appeared. Omkara has appeared from his heart, and different types of meters have appeared. And the Sarigama Padanisa, these 7 types are also came from Brahmaji, and the the like the audible sound like Om and inaudible sounds which are there inside the body, those are also came from Brahma's body. And in this way, Brahmaji's body is said to be composed of Vedas. In this way, he produced so many things which currently everyone which everyone is seeing. So this is all coming from the power of the Lord. He is the representation of the Lord. So he, in this way, he produced different things. And finally, he is thinking that I have created so many beings, but still the still the creation is not progressing according to what I expect. So is it that is there something wrong, like that he was thinking? So at that time, while he was deliberating like that, two forms have come from Brahmaji's body. So that is one male form and another female form. So male form is called as is the person is a Swayambhu Manu, the first human being that to be created. So Manu, so from where the word man also came, and Manushya, that word has come. So many English words or some other Greek word which have come from Greek words have some similarity with the Sanskrit words. So Manushya, Manu, Manushya has come from Manu, and from where man and other things have come. So he is the first person that was created by Brahmaji, and Shatarupa is the first woman. So these two personalities, they actually increase the population in this world. So through them. So by they both united and they produced two sons and three daughters. Priyavata, Uttanapada, Akuti, Devahuti, and Pasuti. So their dynasties are being described in third canto, fourth canto, and fifth canto. So in this, Akuti is married to Ruchi. These three are daughters. Akuti's daughter. Devahuti is married to Kardama and Pasuti married to Daksha. So in this way, Brahmaji's creation is described. So now in 13th chapter, further like how Manu has created in that regard, the first incarnation of the Lord, the Varahadev incarnation is described. You see. So Vidira has asked that Swayambhu Manu is like a very great personality. So it is worth hearing about Swayambhu Manu. So how did he further create this world? How did he populate this world along with his wife? So and especially Swayambhu Manu is famous for his being a devotee. So therefore, to hear the goal of a person who is engaged in hearing is to hear about the pure devotees of the Lord. So bhakti will be increased when we hear about bhaktas, how they are fully dedicated to the Lord. So therefore, I want to hear about the activities of Swayambhu Muni. So Maitreya Muni is very much pleased with the question of the Vidura, and he started narrating that the activities of Swayambhu Manu. So Swayambhu Manu, when he appeared, he approached Brahmaji, and Swayambhu Manu along with his wife, they approached Brahmaji very respectfully with holding his hands, and they started speaking that, O Father of all beings, so you give life for everyone. We are your offspring. Please let us know how can we serve you. So please instruct us. They nicely ask in such a way that please instruct us in such a way that we will be able to perform activities according to our abilities. And when we perform those activities, it will bring fame in this life and better destination in next life. So basically, they're asking that we should be able to perform. We should be able to do the activities that you instruct. That means according to our ability, we should be able to do. And by that, you will be pleased, so that we'll get fame in this life and better destination in next life. So this is wonderfully Manu is submitting himself to Brahma. So therefore, Brahmaji was very much pleased. So he told that, I am very much pleased with you, and therefore all auspiciousness should be with you. And because without any duplicity, you have asked that please instruct me. So therefore, this is the duty of a son or disciple, that one should serve according to one's capacity, and in this way, by freeing themselves from envy, one should follow. So otherwise, like if they have envy, they may say, why should we follow your order? But you have completely, without any tinge of any envy, you submitted yourself. So you have without any reservation, you have surrendered yourself. You are very attentive and with great delight beyond envy. So you have approached me. So therefore, my instruction to you is that you beget children which are in similar quality to you, and they should rule that very religiously, dharmically, and they should also worship the Lord through sacrifices. So the main purpose of producing children is that they should all serve the Lord, worship the Lord with sacrifice. And when you protect the population in this way, that time you will, like, that is the way you will please me, and Lord also will be pleased if you satisfy the Lord, if you protect the population. So why one should please the Lord? So if one doesn't please the Lord, then all his activities will be useless labor, because they are not even, if one doesn't satisfy the Lord, that means he is not even satisfying his own soul. So that means if one gives respect to the Lord, so that time one's own self will be like, he will also be respected. But if he is not giving a respect to the Lord or not worshipping the Lord, that means not satisfying the Lord. And then they cannot satisfy their own self. So in this way, they will not be satisfied. Like that, Maitreya Muni replies. So Manu, hearing the Brahmaji's words in this way, he immediately says that, definitely I will carry your order, but please consider a residence for me and my offspring where we can live. Because now the earth, which is currently, there is no place where we can stay, because earth, which is shelter for all living beings, that has sunk in the water. So please make an effort how to rise the earth. So like that, Manu has replied. So Brahmaji, he thought that he saw that earth is now sunk in the water, where in the Garbhodaka water. So it is like earth is not a easy thing to lift, right? So Brahmaji started thinking how to lift the earth. So he was thinking himself that for a long time he thought how to retrieve that earth, because it is very difficult task. So he started thinking that I have created living beings, and now the earth itself has sunk in the Garbhodaka ocean. So what should I do now? And at that time he took shelter of the Lord. May the Lord, from whom I was created, may perform this task. Like that he started thinking. So it is very, like, one lesson we can learn is that some task is very, very difficult task. Like it may seem impossible for us, for our ability to do. So that time we can always take shelter of the Lord, especially when we are trying to implement the will of the Guru, so will of the Lord. So there may be so many obstacles, but all those obstacles can be overcome when we remember the Lord. So he was thinking in that way, and he was praying in that way. So that time, suddenly from his nostril, a small pig has appeared. So, and it is in the size of a thumb. So, and Brahmaji, he started seeing that small pig. Immediately, that pig appeared in the sky, and it became like an size of an elephant. So it is like most wonderful sight to see. So basically, Varahadev has appeared in order to lift that. So Brahma and his sons like Marichi, and they all saw that form, that pig, and they began to think various ways. Who is this pig? Who is this? Is some divine being has appeared here? So it is looks like he has appeared from my nose, and it is like very astonishing. So because like Brahmaji, if we see in his creation previous to this chapter that we have seen, from his body, different limbs, different suns have appeared. Now from his nose, this pig has appeared. So he doesn't know who is this. So he's speculating, who is this being? So he doesn't like immediately he could not understand that he is the Lord. So therefore they are all speculating, who is this? So previously he has appeared like a small figure, and now he has become like a big elephant size. So maybe he may be the Supreme Lord Yajna, and who has appeared to protect me. Like that he was speculating. So in order to give that knowledge, the Lord, he roared in the form of pig, he roared, and that roaring gave joy to Brahma and others. So it produced a lot of happiness. So in this way, when they are Brahma and others, they are all seeing, they started praising that board, and they understood that he is the Lord. So they all the like Brahmaji and all the others, they are situated in the above 4 lokas, Jana, Tapa, Satya Loka. Because Sarga and below, they were all destroyed due to previous pralaya. So now earth also sank in that Garbhodak ocean. So they were all praising the Lord. So the boar, the Varahadev, Varahadev especially, he is called as the Vedas personification of the Vedas. So understanding that all the sages are praising him through the Vedas, he rode and entered the water, just like an elephant enters water to play. Similarly, he entered there. So here the incarnation of the Lord. So what is the concept of this incarnation? Avatara. So avatara is generally the Lord is having different forms. So it is mentioned in Brahma Samhita that Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Ananta Rupam. The Lord has different forms, and they eternally exist, and they are blissfully situated. So all the forms of the Lord, like Varaha, Narsimha, they are all eternally situated. They are not like they have appeared for a particular purpose and then they disappear. It's not like that. All these appearances, they are eternally situated. For example, we have day before yesterday, we have celebrated Narsim Chaturdashi. So Narsingh Dev has appeared and he protected Prahlad, and he killed Hiranyakashipu and then disappeared. So it doesn't mean that Narsingh Dev is not present now. So his form is eternal. He is eternally situated in his Narsingh Loka. And whenever devotees, when they want protection, he appears and protects them. Similarly, Varahadev also exists in his Loka, in the spiritual world. And he appears in the material worlds to perform particular tasks. So there are so many deities of Varahadev. For example, in Tirupati, if you remember, the Varahadev, the Tirupati land is actually Varahakshetra. After killing Hiranyaksha, the Varahadev, it said that he went there and he is residing there. So that's why when Govinda, Venkateshwara, he want to reside, he took permission from Varahadev and he was residing there, that we remember. So whenever we need to visit Lord Govinda, first one needs to visit Varahadev and then visit Govinda. So that is the condition they have. Varahadev has kept. So Lord appears so he appears, we say appear, that means he becomes visible to materialize at that particular point of time. So he appears for a particular purpose. So Lord here, he appeared in order to retrieve Mother Earth, who is Brahmaji, to give that place for all the living beings. So the Lord, he entered the water. So when we meditate on that form of Lord Varaha, it's like we are meditating on the transcendental form. That's why that description is also given. So he is like he's flying in the sky with his tail raised, and his skin that has very rough kind of bristles, and when he's shaking his hairs, the that from that shaking, the clouds getting dispersed with his hooves, and he has some white tusks, and his glance is like the sun and moon glance, and he appeared like a big mountain. So that is his wonderful form, and he is like he is kind of smelling the earth with his nose, and he is like the smelling the earth with his earth. For example, in generally ordinary pig, we know that it smells the it smells different things through his nose. It is a thing that wonderfully, that is the main sense organ that will work mainly for that ordinary horn. Similarly, Varahadev, imitating ordinary horn, he is trying to find the earth in the water through his nose. So Varahadev, like Lord, is the one who produces Vedas through his breathing, right? And he has appeared through Brahmaji's nostrils also. And Varahadev is also said to be Vedas personified. So in this way, he is connected with in this sense. And he, like with his huge body, he entered into the ocean. So it's like when that huge body, when that entered into ocean, two huge waves started coming up. So it is like as if the ocean is crying with its two wings that please don't divide me. It's like that it is cried. So in this way, Varahadev, he entered into the depths of that Garbhodaka ocean, and he started with his smell. He was able to find the earth, and that earth is like shelter for all the jivas, and he kept that earth on his tusk, and he started lifting it. So, and it appears very beautiful, Mother Earth, on the Varaha form. So while he was coming up, so at that time there was a demon called as Hiranyaksha. He attacked him. So Varahadev, he became very angry, and he killed that Hiranyaksha, and he lifted the earth. So in this way, he is lifting. So actually, there is one thing that is mentioned by Acharyas here, that in the first Manvantara, in the Swayambhu Manu, Lord Varaha has appeared, and he only lifted the earth. So at that time there is no demon Hiranyaksha. But there was one more pralaya happened in the 6th Manvantara, Chakshusha Manvantara. So that time also earth got sunk up. So that time when Varahadev again appeared and he was lifting the earth, so that time this demon Hiranyaksha has attacked. That time he killed. But Maitreya Muni has combined these two narrations here. So in this way, he lifted the earth and killed this Hiranyaksha. So Brahmaji and other sages, they understood that Lord Vishnu only has appeared as Varaha, and therefore they started offering wonderful prayers to the Lord. So these prayers of all the sages to Varaha, they are like, they praise the Varahadev as the sacrifice personified, form of sacrifice. And all the sacrifice, like the ingredients of sacrifice that we see, they all have arrived from Varahadev form. For example, from the skin of Varahadev, verses are erased. From his hair holes, Kushagras have appeared. From his eyes, ghee has appeared. From his feet, 4 kotras they have appeared. So in this way, different elements of sacrifice. If you have seen any sacrifice, a fire is there. The hota and udgatu, they all offer different elements in the sacrifice. And they arrange so many items. So all these different items, they all came from Varadev's body. And different mantras, different types of sacrifices. Everything has come from Lord. So they praise the Lord in that form. And you are also like the Guru, that we should understand you only through bhakti with some material detachment. So in this way, they praise the form of the Lord. And you appear very beautiful, and Mother Earth is also appearing very beautiful. And they say, Earth is the mother for all the living entities. Therefore, you are the Pita, father. And so both of you are looking very beautiful. So, and the comparison is that when an elephant lifts a lotus, it appears very beautiful. And Earth is also, when lifting the earth, is compared to a mountain decorated with clouds. So you and your wife, Mother Earth, you are like our father and mother. So otherwise, who can accomplish this task of lifting earth? So, and while lifting earth, when you shake your body, the water from your heads that have fallen into us, so that water has actually purified us. So actually, there are many kshetras in India, like Vara Kshetra and other places, or Melkoti, where the water from Varadev has fallen into those kshetras, and therefore that became very purified. And people take bath to get purified. So, like that's why, like in general, when a ordinary hog, where that water someone falls, it is like contamination. But the Supreme Lord, the water from his body, but that is dropped, it becomes the place of pilgrimage. So Supreme Lord is all auspicious. Whatever is connected to him always creates auspiciousness. In this way, they praised him. And they also say that your actions are unlimited, and you are unlimited. Through your Maya, you bewilder everyone. So your devotees, they will be bewildered by your internal Maya, and by your external Maya, you bewilder all the living entities. So therefore, please bestow good fortune to us. So like that, all the sages have praised Varahadev. So in this way, Lord, after lifting that Mother Earth, he placed it on the water of the Garbhodaka Ocean, and he empowered that with his Shakti, so that it was able to float on that water. So then he departed for his own abode. So that means Varahadev has his own abode where he always resides, and he appears in order to be visible to us, and he returns to that world. So in this way, the wonderful incarnation of the Lord as mentioned, and there is when we hear this appearance of Varahadev, and also when we meditate on the form of the Lord in these actions, our mind will be pleased, Lord will be pleased, and because of that, he bestows so many benedictions for the person. So, like if Lord is satisfied, there is no blessing unobtainable for that person. But at the same time, these material benedictions are of no use for the devotees, because if Lord is pleased with the devotees, he can arrange his own supreme abode. So if someone worships with material motivations, so this theme is come that whoever like hearing the pastimes of the Lord, or when the Lord is pleased, at the same time the Lord fulfills the material desires if he has. So and so it is not enough. It is like one can have material desires and Lord will fulfill. But the greater benefit will come if one simply desires to serve the Lord. So for them, the Lord will give his own abode. So that is the Falashruti that is mentioned. Whoever hears the activities of Varahadev and praises him and remembers this form. So therefore, the Maitreya Muni says that who in this world would refuse to hear Harikatha? So Harikatha is so purifying, and it is like it will avoid it destroys the material existence. So therefore, who would reject hearing Harikatha? Only an animal would reject them. So that is the implication he is saying. And then, yeah. So in this way, the first incarnation of the Lord as the Varahadev is described. And so Bhumi Devi is said to be protected by Varahadev. So therefore, Bhumi Devi is also like our mother. Whenever we rise early in the morning, the first thing we touch is that Mother Earth. So we could remember we can offer our obeisances to Mother Earth for giving us all the shelter that we are living on Mother Earth, and we can also remember Varahadev, who has provided us the Mother Earth. So later on, also many episodes of Mother Earth praying to Varahadev that will come. And Mother Earth is also considered to be the wife of Varahadev. So in this way, this pastime is mentioned. And my Vidura, he asks how this Daitya Hiranyaksha has appeared. Please narrate thus why Lord killed Hiranyaksha. So that's why in order to narrate that how Hiranyaksha has appeared, further chapters will come that how Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu were born, and how they were Jay and Vijay cursed by 4 Kumaras, and they have appeared as Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. So in order to kill them, Lord has appeared as Varahadev and Narsingdev, which Narsingdev pastime we have seen 2 days back, we have celebrated. All these wonderful incarnations of the Lord, we meditate, we hear those pastimes, so that the Lord, we will develop love for the Lord. So maybe I will stop here.
Okay, Prabhuji. I wanted to tell you, Prabhuji, my mother actually did a master's in archaeology, and and she did a thesis on Varahaswamy.
Wow, wonderful. Where does she live? Where does she live, Mother? Hare Krishna.
She lives in Hyderabad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I saw.
She initially.
No, Prabhuji, no. My grandfather is initiated devotee.
And I'm saying she initially joined some of the, right?
No, she is actually right now on the call. Mummy, can you?
Okay. It's the Mataji Suji Prabhat.
Yes. That's
Mataji,
fine.
you want to say something regarding Varahadev, anything?
Mummy? Mummy? I think she's unmuted. I mean, when she unmutes and she mutes again, it's doesn't work.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
lots of birds over there in my uncle's house. So they
Okay.
start chirping. That's why.
So this pastime of Vara, they will also continue in the next few weeks, because again how he killed Hiranyaksha, that is more elaborately described.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you,
All
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I also wanted to ask you, Prabhu, do you have any Bhakti Shastra courses that are running in GEB right now that I can participate in?
Right now there is no Bhakti Shastri happening, but online recorded course is there.
Uh-huh.
Like one, yeah, English course is not there right now, but recorded is there where
Acha.
we can enroll. Yeah,
Okay. Can you send me the details, Prabhuji?
I will send that details. Yeah.
Okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Sorry for
Thank
the
you.
delay, Prabhuji.